We've had to watch angry white people all over America collecting racist infinity stones every single time they called the cops on black people for just living our lives. Tired of it. At this point, there needs to be some type of repercussion. Some type of something needs to happen. So Amy Cooper, a white woman who weaponized said whiteness and called 911 on a black bird watcher, Christian Cooper, is now facing criminal charges. And just, would you just look at America being the actual home of the brave? Because we know white women do not do prison time in this country. Based on her acting alone, Amy Cooper should be charged.
Can't hear you either. I'm being threatened by a man in the Rambo. Please send the cops immediately.
The Oscar does not go to, but the charges. The way my God is set up. I mean, if we're in the business of punishing criminals, people like Amy should be punished. She a criminal, a thug even. And what if the police did show up? Clearly, Amy was going in on this 911 call and she wanted something to happen to Christian, a black man, who she thought did not deserve to tell her what to do with her or her animal. She wanted to teach him a lesson, so how about we teach her one?
Can I take pictures and call the cops?
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
It seems like Amy's lawyers wanted to equate her whole situation with cancel culture, and this has nothing to do with cancel culture and everything to do with parts of American culture that should have never been here to begin with. Racism. Amy was so adamant about noting on her 911 call that Christian was an African-American man. And if this feels familiar, it's because it's the same type of vitriol that George Zimmerman, that self-appointed neighborhood watchman, used when he stalked and murdered Trayvon Martin. Because to put it the way he put it, they always get away. Poor Amy Cooper. She's had her entire life uprooted, and now she's facing jail time. But what did Amy Cooper think was going to happen to Christian when she called the police on him, claiming she was attacked? They was going to show up with cookies? This is a woman who not only faked an attack, but choked her own dog out in the process. It was so important for her to give the performance of a lifetime. She didn't even know she was killing her own dog. So they did take away Amy's dog, but they've since given it back. This is probably the same energy that Amy's expecting for her jail time. And probably she gonna get that energy too, if we're being real. If convicted, Amy Cooper could receive a conditional discharge or be sentenced to community service or counseling rather than that jail time. Apparently, this is the first time that a white person in the United States is facing criminal charges for calling the police wrongfully on a black person. So apparently our boy Christian Cooper hasn't been cooperating with the prosecution's investigation. He thinks that Amy Cooper's punishments are too much. Her losing her job, her being publicly shamed, losing her dog. He feels like those are too many consequences, and he is not about to help the DA pursue charges. He said that they can do that without him. Now, I'm all about a good black man with a heart, but Amy needs to be made an example. Does Christian Cooper not realize that Amy wanted something to happen to him? Maybe if he thought about it from that perspective instead of the perspective of a good human with a good heart, he would cooperate. See, this is very typical of black people, always expecting to forgive and forget and move on. Not this time, Amy Cooper and Christian Cooper. This might be the first time that criminal charges are being put on someone like Amy, but this is not the first time that a white person has weaponized their whiteness. We've had to watch angry white people all over America collecting racist infinity stones every single time they called the cops on black people for just living our lives. Tired of it. At this point, there needs to be some type of repercussion. Some type of something needs to happen. Historically and infamously, we know the story. Emmett Till was killed by a group of white men after a white woman claimed that he was catcalling her. She came back later and said that she lied. It didn't change what happened to Emmett. Amy even apologized, insisting that she's not a racist and that she wasn't trying to harm the African American community in any way. Well, Amy, what were you trying to do? Black folks are already not safe outside, let alone inside their homes. We still have not forgotten about you, Breonna Taylor. Amy Cooper is an example of yet another unwarranted attack on black lives. And if we have to make her an example of what not to do, then so be it. Arrest her. I'm sure she'll get some type of Orange is the New Black book deal turned Netflix deal. She'll be fine.